Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now March 24th of 2020. I hope everyone out there is doing very safe, and a lot of fans out there have been very curious about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm and exactly what they're going to do in order to make it as successful as it really can be throughout the 2020s. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about the Star Wars brand is that we do know that Disney is heavily focused on two things: Disney Plus and theatrical releases. That's exactly what they want to focus on in order to make the brand as successful as it really can be. Now, one thing is for certain is that when we examine Lucasfilm's president, Kathleen Kennedy, the president of all things Star Wars, right? And also a producer who has been handling all the movies since the release of The Force Awakens. A lot of fans have been very much, I guess you could say, very much, angry toward Kathleen Kennedy based on what she did to The Last Jedi and what happened with The Rise of Skywalker and how those two movies specifically really created quite a divide between Star Wars fans, especially The Last Jedi itself. Now, the thing about Kathleen Kennedy is that Kennedy, for a very long time, has been handling Star Wars in a very negative way, in my opinion, in a very lackluster way, so to speak, because we can pretty much tell that she no longer really even feels so passionate in order to really handle Star Wars, because now her power has been taken away from her. She no longer has creative control over at Lucasfilm, so that's one thing to note. And what's really intriguing is that, of course, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on the new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as the new Star Wars universe. Currently, Disney has multiple plans in place in order to reunite the Star Wars fans and to evolve the brand throughout the entire decade to make it better than before. It's noted that currently Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy has been very frustrated behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm, and has even had conversations with the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, to end the Star Wars brand after The Mandalorian Season 2, and to cancel the Kenobi TV series to focus on other franchises over at Lucasfilm. Now, it's noted that Kennedy wants to end the Star Wars franchise as she no longer has creative control over at Lucasfilm for any of the existing projects currently in the early development phase. However, Bob Chapek refused to go through with these plans by Kathleen Kennedy and even made it clear to her that the Star Wars brand will continue for the next 10 to 20 years and beyond, both on Disney Plus and in the movie theaters, and that they are looking to making Star Wars as successful as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where this is said to be Disney's plan in order to expand the franchise into something massive that will tell new tales of characters and more for the franchise entirely. Now, Kennedy may want the franchise to end since she no longer has creative control, but Bob Chapek refused to do this and is continuing the Star Wars brand moving forward. So this really does tell us a lot about Kathleen Kennedy as a person and how she handles the business end of Star Wars. If it's not going her way, it's just going to hit a dead stop, and that's her wish. That's what she wants. Now, thankfully, of course, obviously, that's not going to be the conclusion of Star Wars. It's not going to be in Kathleen Kennedy's say here. And when we look at Bob Chapek, right, this is a person that replaced Bob Iger. Bob Iger chose him for a reason. One would say that Chapek is just being used as a poor replacement for Bob Iger. Others would say that he is going to be far superior than Bob Iger, and I would have to say that it seems like that Bob Iger, really stepped down last minute and chose Bob Chapek at the last minute, in my opinion at least. So, was he the best CEO to take over Disney? That's a big question open on the table for discussion. It's all a matter of how the new Star Wars universe is going to be executed. Sure, all the plans sound great, such as, everything ranging from Ahsoka Tano entering into live-action form on The Mandalorian Season 2, to an Ahsoka Tano live-action TV series that is now currently in the works, and bringing back Luke Skywalker and even Hayden Christensen as Anakin in several ways. They really are trying to step things up here in order to regain trust of the fans. And I think that the first major step, just a couple of days ago, when we learned that Dave Filoni will be handling Ahsoka Tano in live-action form, that's a major step to really fixing the Star Wars franchise and to just evolve it, right? A lot of fans don't really know Ahsoka Tano. Those who do not watch Star Wars Rebels or the Clone Wars really don't know who that character is, regardless of how well-known she is and how much of a major character she really is in the franchise. So making her into live action, I think, is a great step and is really going to make her more affiliated with the casual fans. So The thing about Kennedy's wishes to end Star Wars and how she actually had conversations about this with Bob Chapek about ending the franchise after The Mandalorian Season 2 just sounds crazy, and the fact that she wanted to put Kenobi as a TV series to a complete dead stop, I think also lines directly up with as to why she ended production not too long ago, or canceled the current production of the Kenobi TV series and delayed it until early next year. So we're gonna have to wait to see exactly, what happens with the Kenobi show. It's still on track, don't worry about that, but Kennedy's wishes are not coming true regardless. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.